Who is this tall, handsome man here?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know if they describe them as being small, but I feel like they probably are way shorter than Richard.
I think you picture like a third world country. This is a village and everything that would go along with that.
Some type of like native tribe. And they're usually not as tall stature. I mean, there's some that are, but usually they're a little bit smaller.
We're white people. We're huge.
I'm not.
In fact, Jade's brother was just on a mission trip this past week, and he's a big guy like me, and he said he just towered above everybody that was in the village he was in.
Yeah, he broke a lot of their furniture on accident just sitting on it.
And the toilet.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's funny.
They all thought it was too. They weren't mad, so that's good.
Good.
The reason that Kaylin is ignored is because Midland's women don't like confessors, as a general rule. They're a threat. They're gonna, steal my man.
I was gonna say, surprise, surprise, two women that don't get along.
Well, if it's a woman who's like, I might take your man if I like him enough.
I can see that. Then it's claws out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, no, not gonna happen. You should probably back up, a lot. But in this case, the women are not taught to be independent. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to depend on their man for everything.
Right.
So, when a confessor comes in and is like, hey, I'm gonna steal him, okay? It, fucks their whole world.
Well, and she's a woman in charge.
Yeah.
And that ain't supposed to be a thing to them. Women can't be powerful to the mud people. But then here's Kaylin, a very powerful woman.
Right.
It's like the opposite of everything they're taught.
Right.
That would fuck your head up, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, why does she get to do that?
But she has crazy power and is terrifying, so.
Yeah.
But she didn't really care because she's used to women treating her this way, so she's just like, whatever. I'm going to eat my bread.
She's numb to it.
When Richard goes to eat his bread, Haley notices just in time that he's going to eat it with his left hand.
Don't do that.
Right. Because he's holding his sword hilt with his right.
Right or left?
With his right. He's
right?
Right.
You mean correct or left?
Both.
I'm sorry.
But all that, yes. All of that, yes. And so she tells Richard that the mud people believe only evil spirits eat with their left hand. And Richard's like, well, that's fucking dumb.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yes, it is.
I mean, whatever. People believe all sorts of stuff, you know? I'm not gonna knock it. Whatever. I don't usually use my left hand anyways. I'm a righty, so it's cool. Kaylin's like, you know what? Not the time, okay? They all have poison-tipped weapons, and they're surrounding us. So eat with your goddamn right hand and shut up.
Yeah, just do it, okay? Just fucking do it, okay?
Suck it up.
We're back to the part where I do know what's going on, so just do it.
Listen. Toffler, I wrote Toff in my notes.
Toff. We can call him Toff.
I like it.
Toffee?
Yeah, he's Toffee. He apologizes for not having a lot of food and offers to throw a feast, and Kaylin's like, no. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, Kaylin, she kind of tries to turn him down by pointing out the fact that they're not there to have a feast, right, to hang out and be cool. They are actually there on business. They came because there's danger, but they're confused that they're already happy that Richard came because that is apparently for another reason.
Right.
And she doesn't know what that is. And Toph is like, okay, look, there's a drought. We called a council of seers. They decided to call a gathering. And then we asked the spirits for help. And they said one would come that would bring the rain. They said he is a spirit man. And Kaylin tells Richard all of this and says they would do anything, like calling a council of seers, if he asks. Because he's like this great one. And dude, you have a golden ticket, man.
Yeah.
Here is your in. And Richard, being Richard.
Heart of gold, man.
Yeah. He goes, nope, can't do that. That'd be lying. And I didn't come here to lie to these people. And the point he makes, actually, I really liked. he doesn't know a whole lot about magic yet. He's starting to get the feel for his sword, but he's like, look, these people have power. They called a pretty difficult shot of, hey, there's going to be a guy who brings the rain coming, and lo and behold, here I fucking am.
Yeah.
These people can do some shit. So if I lie to them and they call their council and find out that I'm lying to them, they're going to fucking kill me.
We're going to have some trouble.
And that doesn't get us where we want either. So honesty is probably the best policy. Even though it's a pain in the dick, he gets his way.
And sometimes people believe things just because they want to.
Right.
And that's kind of what's happening here. They jump to a conclusion, and there's no reason to not correct them.
Right. It shouldn't hurt anything. Like, no, that's not exactly what it is, but I did bring the rain, so, I mean, you're not wrong. This thing is happening. It's just a little different than what you thought.
Right.
And that should be fine.
And they should appreciate that more, hopefully.
Right. Cross them fingers. So that's when Richard turns to the elders and tells them exactly what he is not. And likewise, it's time to tell you what we are. Drinking.
Oh, yay!
That one was a little rough, but we got there in the end.
It's time for the beer break. That's what that means.
Well, this week we are drinking Civilized Brute IPA Extra Dry India Pale Ale from Founders. I have a confession to make. I've been listening to some of our older episodes, and it occurred to me that I am solely picking beer that I think I'm going to like. So week by week, you guys listen to us try different beers, and we say, yeah, we like that one. And then we get another one, and we go, yeah, we like that one too. And then we get another one, and surprise, surprise, we like that one too. And that's not a bad thing. I have found tons of beer that I really enjoy, but I'm not finding any beers that I specifically need to avoid. So I've decided that my selection process will still be in Michigan for now, and that includes liquor and wine and beer, all from Michigan. But instead of specifically picking things I think I'm going to like, I am just going to start from one end and work my way to the other. And I feel like Richard would appreciate this line of thought, because how else are you going to try all of them?
Right. But that also means that we gotta drink some we don't like.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which brings us to tonight's beer.
Well,
at least for me. I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna drink it, but I'm not gonna be as happy about it.
I'm not gonna be happy about it. Yeah, so this beer, let's see if they have a write-up on this one. I'm not seeing it. Dun, 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 dun. No, they don't have anything on there, but it just says Extra Dry India Pale Ale, and
that's about it, man.
That's about it, yeah. It's very hoppy. It's very bitter.
I think it's everything that I don't like in a beer, probably.
Yeah. I mean, the more I drink it, the more I see the upside to it. I guess I don't hate it, but I'm not a big fan either. I'm going to say 2.5 out of 5. I
have to point out, every time that somebody says this, the more I drink it, the more I like it. Because that's true of any alcohol.
That's true.
The more you get drunk, you're like, yeah, you know what? I can drink these.
I can drink this shit. I'm getting used to it.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty low. I don't even really want to rate it.
Well,
I don't like
that's
it.
fair. You don't have to give it any stars. That's fine. Our star system is loosely based off of nothing. So
I mean, I fully understand that there are people out there who dig on this.
If you like the hoppiness, I could see the draw.
I don't.
Well, I kind of do. I don't. I'm not a big fan of this beer, but I could drink this. I think something like this could be a fishin' beer.
Now, I will say, the can is, like, super fancy and cute.
Yeah, silver and blue.
It's civilized.
Sky blue, but it's also brute.
Brute, yeah.
So it's like a Beauty and the Beast IPA.
A Beauty and the Beast
I just ruined that for you?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast IPA should taste better than that.
Yeah, probably. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back right after this. And we're back. And this is where Richard drops the bomb. But he does it in a really nice way. Right? He asks Kaylin to translate, and he says, "Mud people are wise and strong. Spirits were right that I would bring the rain, but they didn't tell you everything. A more important reason he came was dark and raw. He tells them not to be overconfident. He is not a spirit, but he is the seeker. Just a normal man. I mean, a man with a magical sword, but a normal man otherwise."
Right. The Mud people are confused when he's telling him this, and Richard and them have to go back and forth a little bit until they can kind of understand, because they're like, oh, well, if you didn't actually send the clouds and Rawl did, maybe he saved us. And he's like, no, I saved you, he's a dick. And they're like, oh, are you sure? Maybe it was a warning. And he's like, yeah, about them. If it's a warning, it's about Rawl. If it's a good thing, it's about me. Keep it straight.
Right. Don't lose sight here. I'm the good guy, okay?
Yeah. No matter what scenario we're talking about, I'm the good guy, okay?
I thought it was weird that everybody in the village was totally cool with a mystery man who was going to bring the rain. But when the mystery man who brought the rain says, yeah, because I'm the chosen one, they're all like, wait, what? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, you would have lost me so far before here. Like, I still am lost on the, wait, so the clouds follow you? How does that work?
I think that they were confused because he was bringing up Dark and Rawl and saying he sent the clouds, but he's also a dick bag who you don't want to pay attention to. And it was just confusing because he was good, but also doing shit that they like. Toph asks what Richard wants. And Richard's like, flat out, I want you to call a council of seers and help us find me the magic.
I want my box.
Yeah.
Give me the box.
Give me my box. Toph tells him they don't do that for outsiders, and you're an outsider. So, sorry, man.
Like he's buying drugs. Oh, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. We don't do that shit here. Sorry.
Try the next village over.
Try the next village.
Richard's getting pissed at this point, and he's like, well, I need you to just give it a couple days, think about what kind of man I am, then decide, okay? Check me out, because a lot of people might die if you don't choose the right way.
Yeah, he's got good reasons. He doesn't have anything to hide, so he's like, well, I think you'll see in my character that I'm being honest with you.
The last thing he says, it totally can be construed as a threat, though.
Oh, the many lives depend on your decision? Yeah.
Like he's not talking about Rawl hurting these people. Like, he's talking about him hurting those. I know he's not, but as all the people listening, I might be like, oh.
Still, poor choice of words. I wonder if Kaylin stepped in there and was like, yeah, everybody's lives are at stake. Instead of, your people will die if I don't get my way.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At this point, Kaylin realizes that Richard's not really talking to any of these people anyway, so it doesn't really matter what they think. He's talking to somebody else that is watching.
Yeah, I can kind of get the sense that he's talking out loud, but he's trying to get somebody else's attention. Like, when you're correcting somebody, but you're kind of addressing the class.
Okay.
I don't know.
Trying to teach everybody a lesson?
Yeah, like, he's trying to reach everybody. And the reason is because he notices this dude who's kind of out and away from all of these goings on. And he asks Kaylin who this dude is. She's like, what's the Birdman? Like, duh.
Yeah, everybody knows the Birdman.
You ain't got a Birdman? Oh, get a Birdman.
But Richard tells her that he's in charge. Which is weird to me, because she's been there, like, numerous times, and she's never picked up on the fact that the Council of Elders is basically, like, a show.
Yeah. They're like Congress.
Yeah.
Birdman is El Presidente. You know, they make the laws, they are the heads of the people. The president represents the president.
Yeah, but I think our president, well, yeah.
Yeah. All I mean is, like, he's in charge.
Yeah, he's head honcho.
Yeah.
So he says that he's just trying to, like, sit back and see how smart they are, like how soon they're going to figure that out. Which kind of implies that Kaylin's not so smart because she's never figured this out.
She's been there how many times?
Several.
And we're back to the point where Kaylin doesn't know what's going on. This is really not a great guide.
No.
If I was Richard, I would rate her poorly. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to use her if you're going across the Midlands. I am much better at leading people through Westland than she